Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is presentation tool proficiency tips. Testing, 1, 2. You got it? Okay, let's get started. In this day and age, when science is on a path of making endless discoveries, medicine has come up with yet another. It's called cerebral somnolence syndrome, or CSS for short. Now these are three big words, so let me break it down. Cerebral translates into having to do with the brain. Somnolence translates into having to do with sleep. And syndrome reflects a cause and effect relationship. So what is CSS? Simply put, it's a human condition in which the brain begins to wander during either a face-to-face presentation or a video-based presentation. Early symptoms include a loss of focus or attention, a numbing of the mind, indescribable boredom, slipping into a stupor, or a heightened awareness of time dragging on. As these symptoms progress, they're typically followed by an uncontrollable urge to text message or to go surfing, be it on the internet or at the beach, or just altogether flee to somewhere else. It's ultimately been described as a feeling of, please God, anywhere but here. Though non-life-threatening, an acute case can produce rapid eye movement, or REM, which is a stage of sleep that frequently offers a merciful escape. While most people are able to recover from the effects of CSS, doing so can leave them exhausted. Among the several known causes of CSS, one in particular has a higher rate of incidence than all the others put together. It's called the bullet point presentation, or BPP. Scientists have traced the origins of BPP to around 1987, which is about the same time the world was introduced to a presentation tool named PowerPoint. Now, in and of itself, PowerPoint is hardly a menace or a threat to anyone, but it does carry a strain of a potentially viral tactic we've come to recognize as the bullet point slide. These slides often reside in entities called templates, and each template is capable of replicating bullet point slides with amazing, if not alarming, speed. Scientists now believe that prolonged exposure to a bullet point slide, which is defined as anything over 3 milliseconds in duration, can trigger the onset of cerebral somnolence syndrome. Since 1987, there's been a rapid rise in the number of bullet point presentations, and this trend has been accompanied by an equally sharp escalation in the incidence of CSS. In fact, some studies suggest it has already reached epidemic proportions, and that it happens on an almost daily basis. The good news is that cerebral somnolence syndrome is preventable, and that you can help in the prevention of it. By saying no to the development of bullet point presentations, you'll be doing your part to usher in the kind of change that offers a renewed hope for seeing more attention-grabbing presentations in the future. With that in mind, here are presentation tool proficiency tips 2 through 4. Tip number 2, stay away from developing bullet point slide presentations. Tip number 3, stay away from developing bullet point slide presentations. And tip number 4, stay away from developing bullet point slide presentations. Let's band together now to stop CSS one presentation at a time, won't you? This has been a public service announcement sponsored by the Cerebral Somnolence Syndrome Association on behalf of bullet point victims everywhere.